Hello everybody. Welcome back to another one of our To The Wall videos. Again, because we can't be inside together, I'm working in Susan Dimitrin's backyard. This is our new whiteboard wall, and we're having a lot of fun with it, doing a series of videos here. Today we are going to talk about the flywheel versus the funnel, and why we are really embracing the flywheel right now, and how you can also embrace the flywheel by, there's a link below, you can get our latest white paper report, which we called Fuck Funnels, Build a Flywheel. So over to you, Susan, to explain what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, today we wanted to talk about the key difference between a funnel and a flywheel. And I feel like, honestly, we've been sticking with the idea of funnels because that's the established way to do and measure things. But the problem with the funnel is the fact that it's all one direction, it's all linear, and it really lacks the continuity that comes with continuous improvement.
Mm-hmm.
The flywheel, on the other hand, by the very nature of what it is, it's a circular process. So you start somewhere, you do your thing, you go around, you add to what you started, and then you keep going.
You
around.
improve, which keeps building that momentum, and your wheel starts turning faster and better and more efficiently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there's a few principles or a few examples that we wanted to give you of the flywheel thinking and how it can be applied to various parts of marketing. So let's start with the first of them. The first example that we can think of, or where we started to really experiment without even knowing what a flywheel was back then, because it was a couple of years ago. We didn't fully know this, we hadn't read the books concerned, but when we were trying to describe for our new website what our service offering was as a small digital agency, without claiming that you do all things for all people, as we were trying to lay it out, we laid it out in a circle, being like, this is the sort of marketing journey, and these are the various things that we can do for you at different points of that. And it was based in the idea of continuous improvement,
yes,
wasn't it? So that's really the business process that brought our attention to this. We noticed, why did we come up with that? We noticed this because a number of our clients grew with us as the agency grew, and we kind of cottoned on quite quickly to the fact that having the same clients do more work with you is a lot cheaper than going out there, finding new people, stuffing them down your funnel, and then getting that to work for you, right? So that was the introduction to it. The second example is the
thought leader. So we applied this to a thought leadership model, meaning helping you or your brand gain visibility, gain credibility. So an example, let's say we wanted to get an op-ed in the Globe and Mail. Like for Canada, that's kind of the pinnacle of op-eds, where you will be seen as a top credible source or an expert. So right away, you just can't go out and pitch to the Globe and Mail that you want to write an op-ed. There needs to be some proof of your credibility and your expertise, and why should they listen to you, right? So enter the flywheel method, where you start off, make sure you start with some reasonable goals. Right? So maybe you want to start writing some blog posts on the topic, right? Do some videos, maybe you have a podcast, you're going to talk about that. Make sure all that information is stored in kind of a central hub on this topic. And so you do that, you get feedback, you take what you've done, you lean in, you make it better, maybe you get more niched, and you go around again. And this time maybe now you're pitching to get a story or a third party article on, like, say, a marketing website that's a little bit next level. Great. You got that? Now we're going to go back around again, and you keep doing this until you've built that credibility and you're ready to go after that lofty goal. You just can't go for it right away. You've got to build that momentum to get to it.
Again, continuous improvement, right? So, and another example of what we've done is our podcast, the 4 a.m. report, and we started it a year ago, and we have 55 episodes right now. And when we first started it, we were like, is this going to work? It probably isn't going to work. It's been 10 years that podcasting has been in existence. We're marketers who came to the party too late. This feels like a lot of weekly work, but we did it anyway, because we're like, something's got to give. And we started this podcast, we kept at it. For the first 3 months, it felt like hell, right? It was like so much extra that we had to do on top of what we were already doing and stuff. But it built its momentum. You know, you're building a flywheel, so the first 3 months is going to feel hard, because you're doing a lot of the work.
You've got to get that wheel going. You've got to start it moving, and that's hard, yeah.
Yeah, but once it starts moving, there's something to be said about building habits and things getting easier, the efficiencies that are gained from this circular process, because you've already got a few things in place, everybody knows what they're doing. It just gets simpler and simpler until right now we just rock up, we record a thing, there's, a bunch of processes that happen, and pretty much every single piece of content that we create somehow links back to things we've done in our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there is the case for flywheels. It might sound like a lot of jargon and a lot of stuff, but really it's continuous improvement. Have a little think about that. We published a previous video about the reading list. If this is an idea that interests you and you want to dig deeper, there's a few people's body of work that you should read. So build flywheels, fuck funnels.
Thank you.